Welcome to another episode of Yoga for the Barn Aisle. I'm your host, Makayla, and today I want to discuss with you the pressure to be ready by spring. And this can be ready for the summer, be ready for the new show season, be ready for whatever your goals for the better weather, the next season of your equestrian life may be. I want to take this time to really illustrate why letting go of this pressure might be the best thing for you. And I say this because throughout our time as an equestrian, we go through different life phases, both in the barn aisle and outside of the barn aisle. And within these phases, eras, seasons of life, your equestrian self is going to be slightly different. The priorities and what you want to let go of will be different. So you might be someone who doesn't necessarily need to focus on getting into the next show. Maybe your life right now, you want to do more training at home. You want to work on more technique and finesse. And that's okay. You can let go of needing to be ready for that season and instead enjoy the season you're at. And this takes back this idea of spring season, of doing more, being outside more, but also the idea of the season of your life. Spring is a reawakening, but maybe you still want to hold on to your winter self, your winter life, and the goals and the way you are moving through your equestrian life just a little bit longer. Surrender to that feeling. Let go of this pressure to move on, to move forward, especially if you're not ready yet. It's okay to not be ready to move into your next phase of life if your old one is still calling to you. And there's a difference here between being scared to move forward and knowing that your time in a phase of life isn't done yet. There's a difference here, and it takes self-study to know which version of yourself you're being in that moment. So maybe you are someone that is a little nervous to become the next best version of their equestrian self. Let that nervousness fuel you. Now on the other side, maybe you're someone that's really enjoying the extra time you're just spending with your horse, or the extra inner work you're doing that came about because of the winter season. You can stay there. You can continue doing those things as long as they are not harming you or your horse. Practice ahimsa. Is this causing harm? No. It's okay to continue doing that. So looking at this need to be ready for spring, being ready for spring might not even be the question you need to ask yourself. The question might be, what serves me best in this phase of my equestrian life? And I think this is such a big topic for me and something that I wanted to talk about because I have seen myself go from the sole advocate of my horse as an equestrian while still in high school, then as a college student, and now as I'm about to enter post-college when I'm only working. And I'm really launching or becoming an adult, so to speak, in terms of developmental psychology. But I've seen these three very distinct phases as my horse has only been retired, and that's in the past 5 years. So then before that, I was in training programs or I was leasing horses, whatever it was at the time. But looking at these three distinct phases, I didn't ever really force myself to grow out of one of those phases. It just naturally happened. And my equestrian self changed because of the phase of life I was in as a person in the world. And I think that's really where I want to take this episode, is fusing together the phase of life you're in as a person and then the phase of life you're in as an equestrian. And where can those two selves meet in the middle? Where can you integrate those two selves so that you're just one person? You don't have to be Makayla at the barn who has horses and has bow versus the Makayla who's going to classes and going to work who her co-workers know she has horses. Because every equestrian will say that's what everyone knows about them, right? So finding a way to integrate those two versions of myself has been so rewarding, and that goes back to being ready for the next phase of life. And maybe your next phase of life is finding a way to integrate those two versions of yourself, so to speak. And that's the next season. Maybe your personal life being ready for the spring season means a job change, like me. And so whether you like it or not, you kind of have to be ready. So if you're in that space of kind of being forced by external sources to be ready for the next phase, how can you surrender to the journey? How can you stay grounded despite everything else moving around you? And maybe that includes looking at the way you're interacting with your equestrian self and going, what are the ways that I can continue to be this version of my equestrian self as my other self changes, or as my next phase of life comes into focus? So you can take away this pressure of being ready for the next phase if you're not there yet, or you can take away the pressure of needing to be excellent and perfect in the next phase, and instead surrendering to doing your best and enjoying the journey. That's what you need to remember while there's this pressure to use this time to, I'm going to say, be a hermit, to really close in on yourself, personal development, New Year's resolutions, all the things that people are pushing to, and I'm going to say people as society here, pushing to level up, to change, to be ready by the next summer or when sports season starts. So letting go of that need to be ready and instead enjoying where you're at for as long as it's enjoyable and it's not harming to you. So really, we're coming back to ahimsa. What's non-harming? Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Ask yourself as you start to approach these questions and pressures to be ready for the next season, whether that's spring, the show season, the next phase of your life, whatever it may be. We've had another short episode of this podcast presented by Callebaut Yoga, but thank you all for listening. Please share this episode with someone if you think it's something they need to hear. And better yet, if you can subscribe, give us a follow, maybe comment on a topic you want to see, we would greatly appreciate it. If you're looking for more, visit callebautyoga.com and subscribe to the email list. This is where you'll get VIP access to the Callebaut Yoga community, the courses I'm building with help from you. And beyond courses, I'm looking to host some live online workshops come the new year, and I can't wait to meet you all then. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and have a great rest of your day.